where we asked you, so were you going to pay back the money? You said your idea was you would collect the stones and then get the SAP 13 completed at Rosebank, even though it was late. You must have had a plan of how you were going to go about it. This was not you just saying. This was still part of your plan. Maybe you were going to fail, but that was still the plan. Your plan was you were going to, in a corrupt way, have the SAP 13 at Rosebank completed. I don't, speaking for myself, I don't accept your explanation that you were just responding about this SAP 13 thing. No, you were not just responding. You were thinking and hoping that you would be able to achieve it. You can comment if you want to.
No, it's true, Commissioner.
In fact, Witness K, it was you who told Keshali Stolz that she must not submit her statement until you have this SAP 13. So you knew that a statement was imminent and it has to be given to IPID. And you had given her assurance that you will get the SAP 13 before she submits her statement. So it cannot be correct to say you were just playing around. You had no intention of going ahead with obtaining or rather making sure that the exhibits are booked on the SAP 13.
No, I acknowledge my apology.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Witness K, if we then move on to the message immediately thereafter, I'll read it for you. Officer Stoll says, "We will brat this, I promise you. We know the white guy who opened the case isn't clean either." You then respond and you say, "Okay, dear, true." She then says, I meant to say we will beat this, not brat. There's some emojis there and she says, "I stress." The second sentence there, she says, "But we already have someone at DPP as well." And when you saw that message where she says she has somebody at DPP, what did you understand that to mean? Especially in light of your response where you say no harm. So what did you understand her to mean when she says we already have someone at DPP JHP as well?
I don't want to lie. When I see this word DPP, my mind just go blank. I can't remember. I don't want to lie. I can't recall what came in my mind.
Officer Stolz had told you that we have made plans to sort out the DPP that side when the case goes. So she's clearly saying there's a plan, and that plan involves somebody in the office of the DPP, and it relates to the case. So where we're reading now, she's confirming to you what she already said before, which is we already have someone at the DPP. Is that not so?
Yes, I see it.
And can I ask you, just the message above that, when Officer Stoll said to you at 6:30, "We know the white guy who opened the case isn't clean either," your response to her was, "Okay, dear, true." What are you saying is true there? Why is she saying the white guy who opened the case isn't clean either?
I can't remember, but
You can't recall.
No, I can't recall, sorry.
But you agreed with her when she said the white guy who opened the case isn't clean either. Is that a fair reading of that message, that you agreed with her?
Yes, I did agree.
You also agreed with her, you also reply there at 6:33. When she says to you, "I meant to say we will beat this," and she says, "We already have someone at DPP," you then say no harm and we'll keep on praying. So when you say no harm, is that to be read with her message? And you're saying there's no harm in having somebody at DPP as well. How do we read those two messages together?
Yeah, I think I was replying to that.
And if you go
But
down,
sorry?
if you go
Okay,
down that, witness K?
Okay, no, I'm listening.
Okay. If you go to the bottom of the page at 635, Officer Stoll says, those rocks, he won't ever get a permit for it, right? So he can never claim it from SAPS anyway. And you respond there to say, true. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? That because there was no permit, he couldn't claim it? What do you mean when you say to her that's true?
I think I meant even if we book those stones at the SAP 13, he cannot go to the police station and ask for those stones back because he didn't have any paperwork with him.
Even though at that point in time you hadn't booked the stones, do you accept that?
Yes, I do.
And that last sentence at the page, Officer Stoll says to you, we just need to get someone who can make the case go away. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
If you turn the page to 15, the message is repeated again at the top. It says, we just need to get someone who can make the case go away. And the first two words that you respond to there, you say, will get. You see that?
Yes, I see.
And what do you mean by that? By will get, in respect of her saying you need somebody who can make the case go away? Are you suggesting that somebody who can make the case go away will be found? What does that mean?
Can I read it? I'm sorry. I think I meant we will get someone who will help us, but I don't know who was in mind at the time.
So you do confirm that you were saying you will get someone who will help you or who can make the case go away. Is that what you meant there?
Yes.
And when you said will get, do you mean you will get or who will get?
I just said we'll get, I think, us maybe.
Who's us?
Yeah, maybe me, her, Mackenzie, Mr. Nkwanazi, and Van der Veld. We will get someone who can help.
You will jointly get someone who can help to make the case go away.
I think, yes.
Thank you, Witness.
Yes, Advocate.
Thank you, Witness K. So in the balance of that page, you exchanged some messages with Officer Stolz, but I won't take you through those in detail.
Okay.
If we can go to page 16. If you see the date on the top of that page is cut off, but if you just flip back to the bottom of page 15, do you see that the date is the 16th of May? Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you. And there's a message at 13:33 from Constable Stolz, and she says, "Hi, Han, Magagula is bugging my attorney for your name and contact number." And you say, "Hi, Ish." You see that?
Yes.
And the next message from her, she says, "This man, he had hidden agendas, I am telling you." And you then say to her, "He wants my names now, question mark." And she says, "And number, yes." So at this point, Officer Stolz is informing you that the investigating officer on the matter has requested your name and contact number.
Okay.
Did you Do you know if she ever did give the number to him?
I don't know if Officer Keisha, she gave the number to Makakula. I don't know. I'm not sure.
And has he ever called you, Inspector Magagula?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't call me.
So the final message is there. Officer Stoll says, what I don't understand is why he is still investigating this. He doesn't do JHB unless he is planning something for tomorrow because we're in court tomorrow. And she then says to you, I'm going to have to give him your number. Ish, this man likes arresting us. And your response to her is, okay, dear. She then says to you at the bottom of page 16, I want to first find out if it must be on a statement, because it can't be right, me just giving him your number. You see that?
Yes, I see it.
Thank you. And if I ask you to turn to the final page, which is page 17, there is an excerpt there. There's a screenshot of a document.
Okay.
Are you able to identify that document?
Yes, I can see it.
Do you recognize it? Do you know what that document is?
Yes.
What is it, Witness K?
It's a warning statement again from Keisha Stolz.
So is it the same statement that she had shared with you earlier in the chat, or is this a different one?
It looks like
It
page
should be the
13.
different one.
It looks like page 13 of the other file that we looked at.
Okay.
So if you go to the annexures file,
Yes, I'm
exhibit
going
bundle,
there.
on page 13, if you start from the paragraph that says we went to Rosebank subs, it's the next 4 paragraphs of the same document.
Okay, I'll check it now. Okay, we want to use being substitute in front. They going to be okay. 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 Oh yes, it should be the same thing.
Thank you, Witness K.
I'm here, advocate.
Thank you. Chairperson, we have no further questions for this witness, unless there's anything further.
Thank you, Ms. Mutlasedi.
Witness K, am I correct that at the time of the incident in February 23, you were a JMPD officer, right?
Yes.
And JMPD, you have a code of conduct applicable to JMPD officers, and you also take an oath when you become a JMPD officer, am I correct?
It's true, Commissioner.
As you were doing what you were doing that day with these 4
What, if
people,
anything, do you know
surely you must have
about
known
the fact that some stones were found in Mackenzie's motor vehicle, if in fact things happened the way you described them, which is the stones were given to you, you then gave them to Simon, and he gave you money?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
What I'm asking is, what do you know about the fact that some stones were found on Mackenzie? On the face of it, it seems to suggest that Mr. Simon was not given all the stones, and yet you say you are the one that gave him the stones. Do you know why Mackenzie or how Mackenzie would have ended up with some stones if they were given to Simon by you?
Okay, I didn't know that they still had some stones in their possession.
Okay. Okay, maybe the answer lies in you got the stones from Mackenzie and Stalls. After they took them in their apartment, they gave them to you.
No, we met at Cyril Dean, and then they gave the stones to Mr. Simon.
I see, so they never gave them to you. They gave them directly
No.
to Mr. Simon from the apartment. They gave them straight to Mr. Simon. The stones never came to you.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
If as alleged, in fact, it's not even a case of being alleged. Everybody knows the stones were taken, and whether it was either robbery or theft by false pretenses. So in the end, it seems that either two or at least one of the thieves then kept some of the stones. Looks like it was a classic case of there being no honor amongst thieves, Witness K. Witness K, you said that you were told by Mr. Simon about these stones, I think you said about 6 months previously, from the time that you
Yes.
eventually told Brigadier Mkwanazi about them. I find it very difficult to believe that you were given this information by someone who wanted to lay their hands on the stones, and you just kept quiet for 6 months. I find it very, very difficult to believe that. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
And why did you keep quiet for 6 months about the stones?
I was not in the unit where I can participate in such information anymore.
And when you did, were you in that unit? When you eventually did?
No, I was out already.
So the answer you've just given is no answer at all then, because you were able to do something even though you were not in that unit. So you've not answered my question. Why did you not do anything for 6 months? Will you answer, or should I move on? Witness K, will you answer, or should I move on?
Can you move on?
You have said, and I think this was in response to questions by Commissioner Baloyi, that all that Mr. Simon had done on previous occasions was to give you information relating to criminality, and that what the two of you wanted to do was to address the criminality and bring to book whoever had committed criminal wrongdoing. Remember giving that response to Commissioner Baloyi?
Yes, I do.
And you also said to Commissioner Baloyi that Mr. Simon, rather the two of you, had never been involved in deals of this nature. Remember saying that?
Yes, I do.
Can you, had you, or let me ask this first, how close were you
Can you repeat the question?
how close were you to Mr. Simon? How close were you to him?
It was just, if he had information, he will call and check if can I do that information for him, or can I look for other people
So
that
it
who
was.
can do it.
So it was work related. He was your informer, as it were.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Nothing else. Nothing more.
Nothing more.
Now, can you tell me how he could suddenly have been so comfortable with you to make the suggestion that he made 6 months previously? Just on what basis could that happen?
It's just that he gave me information and I kept it on myself until
This-
I phoned him back.
No.
I found.
Oh, continue. Continue. He gave you
Okay, I think yes, I knew him for a long time, so that even when he gave this information, I didn't pass it to anyone until I spoken to Mr. Mkwanazi. Then he asked me that
That's not
can I
answering.
contact the.
Can you contact who?
Mr. Simon.
My question is,
And check if
at the
those things-
time that Mr. Simon approached you 6 months previously and approaching you with something different this time around, not just the provision of information for purposes of pursuing criminals. So it's something totally different. He says to you, someone is unlawfully in possession of these stones, and I'm paraphrasing, and I want to lay my hands on them. You do nothing about it for 6 months. But my question is, if your relationship was work-related and you were not close, because that's my sense, that you were not close. So if your relationship was work-related, what would suddenly have made him to have the comfort of approaching you in the manner in which he did, which now was about doing something unlawful? Why would he suddenly have had that comfort? That's my question, not what you answered.
Oh, okay. My apology.
No problem.
I don't know
But
if
please answer the question then.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was trying his luck to test if I can do the information or not.
And he was indeed lucky, and he found you compliant, even if your compliance was only 6 months later. So he was lucky enough to just find you compliant, or pliable, or malleable.
Yes, Chairperson.
So sheer luck. Sheer luck. Or mere luck. Is that what
was lucky, Chairperson.
is that what you are suggesting?
Yes, Chairperson.
Thank you.
Witness K, there's just one thing I forgot to ask you, and it relates to the issue of the permit. If it was necessary for the owner of the stones to be in possession of a permit, why were you so comfortable to sell them to Mr. Stammen, who clearly would not have had a permit to be in possession of the stones?
At that time of the information that happened, all we needed was the benefit after the information. My apology.
So all you care about was to rob somebody and sell the stones to Mr. Salmon and get the cash. That's all you are interested in.
It's true, Commissioner.
So you were not concerned about whether the owner has a permit or not. What you really wanted was to rob him of his stones and give them to somebody else. Is that so?
Yes, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you very